planning a big milestone celebration, it should be all about the fun, the excitement, right? But way too often, there's this one tiny detail that gets overlooked, and it can turn that dream party into a total logistical nightmare. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that hidden stressor and show you a super simple fix.
So let's get real. You're planning a big one. Maybe it's a 40th, a 50th, or that huge retirement bash. You've got the vision, you know exactly how you want it to feel. But let me ask you a question. How are you really going to get a firm head count? Because that one little detail, it can honestly make or break the entire thing.
All right, here's the plan for our little journey. First, we're going to talk about why these big parties are just a whole different ballgame. Then, we'll dive into the secret danger of the word maybe. From there, we'll shift gears and look at a clean, centralized solution that leads to confident hosting, way better decisions, a great experience for your guests, and, actually planning your milestone without all the stress. Okay, first up, why are these big milestone parties in a league of their own? I mean, this is not your casual backyard barbecue, right? It's because the stakes are just so much higher. When you're planning a major celebration like this, there are real, actual consequences, financially and logistically, tied to every single decision you make, especially the decision of how many people are walking through that door. Let's just break down where that pressure comes from. You've probably booked a venue, and they have a hard capacity limit. Your caterer, they need a final number, and they're charging you per person. You've got seating charts to figure out, and the whole shebang is tied to a budget that you really can't afford to mess up. Guessing wrong isn't just a small oops, it can be a seriously expensive mistake. And all of this, it brings us right to the heart of the problem. The maybe. We all know it, we've all said it, but when you're the host, it's an absolute planning disaster. And it usually starts with the old school way we try to collect RSVPs. This is the chaos most of us are used to. On the left, you've got the casual approach. A quick message on WhatsApp, someone telling you, oh yeah, I'll be there at the grocery store, a comment on a social media post. It feels easy in the moment, but it leads directly to the mess on the right. Your answers are all over the place, your guess count is a total guess, and if someone changes their mind, poof, good luck even remembering they said yes in the first place. You are left completely in the dark. So if that's the problem, what on earth is the solution? Well, it's time to move from that total chaos to crystal clarity. And the good news is, you absolutely do not have to live with that kind of uncertainty. There's a way to go from guessing to knowing, and it puts you, the host, firmly back in the driver's seat. It's an online RSVP system. Now, I know that sounds kind of technical, but it is incredibly simple. Think of it like this. It's just one single web page, one source of truth for your entire event, where every single guest response lives in one tidy, organized, central location. No more digging through a dozen different text message threads. And look how simple this is. First, you create your event page with all the party details, the where, the when, all that good stuff. Second, you share one single link with everybody. You can still send it through WhatsApp or email, but it all points back to that one place. And third, you just sit back and watch the responses roll in, all organized for you in real time. Seriously, it's that straightforward. So what does this actually mean for you, the person throwing the party? Well, it means transforming your entire planning experience. And that starts with making much, much better decisions. It all boils down to this. One single dashboard. One screen where you can see in a single glance who's confirmed, who's declined, and who you're still waiting to hear from. That one view is the foundation for every confident decision you're about to make. With this real-time info, you can finalize your numbers with total certainty. No more saying, I think it's about 60 people. Nope, you know it's 63. You can call that caterer and give them a solid, reliable number they can work with. And to put it simply, that certainty saves you a ton of money and stress. You're not going to pay for 15 meals for people who don't show up, and you're not going to run out of chairs because more people came than you expected. You avoid both of those costly nightmares. And at the end of the day, all of this control, all this organization, it leads to one huge emotional payoff. You finally get to take off your planner hat and actually focus on celebrating. You can relax and enjoy the milestone you worked so hard to create. But here's the kicker. This isn't just about making your life easier. A structured process like this actually creates a way better experience for your guests, too. Think about it from your guests' perspective. Instead of some vague text, they get a single link with everything they need: the address, the time, the dress code, all of it.
They can RSVP with one click, they get an instant confirmation that it went through, and they never have to text you a week later asking, hey, what was the address again? It just shows you respect their time, and that makes them way more likely to give you a firm yes or no.
So let's bring this all home and look at the big picture. What does this shift in how you plan really mean for these incredibly important life events?
This right here, this sums it all up perfectly. RSVP management stops being that messy, stressful chore, that burden, and it actually transforms into your most powerful planning tool. It becomes an asset that helps you save money and stay completely in control. So the next time you're planning that big celebration, the real question isn't just what kind of party you'll throw, but how you'll plan it. Because moving from a bunch of scattered messages to a single source of truth, that's the difference between just hoping for the best and hosting with absolute confidence. So are you ready to make that shift?